6-5 point slope form and writing linear equations. We might turn this into 2 parts. Let's see how long the video is. The objectives of this lesson is to graph and write linear equations using point slope form and to write a linear equation using data. The vocabulary we're going to be really discussing today is the point slope form of the equation of a non-vertical line. Remember, vertical means all the lines that go up and down, that passes through the point x1, y1, and has a slope m. And it is y minus y1 equals m parentheses x minus x1. This, and this one will always have numbers in that section when we discuss our work today. So let's go on to problems and we'll see if we can work this out together. We're going to graph first. So, first of all, we're going to go over the equation again, the point slope form. We have y minus y1 equals m x minus x1. So, to do the work that we need to do to graph is first we're going to find out what x1, this is step 1. We're going to find the point x1 and y1. That's step 1. And then step 2 will be find m equals. Step 3, graph. Now the graphing that we'll be doing from here is a little different than from what we did with slope-intercept form, but somewhat the same idea. So step 1, we're going to find out what the points are. Again, here are your points. You have y1 and x1. Now the problem is you're going to do the opposite of what the sign is on the, so maybe over here you can put the opposite down here. So you're going to find x, this is step 1. Can't spell step. Step 1. So the opposite of negative 2 would be positive 2. And the opposite of negative 5 would be 5. And that's step 1. Step 2 is finding m. Well, as you could tell up on your equation, m is the number that's before the parentheses. So that's the one that I just circled up at the top of our equation. So that would be 1/2. Now step 3. We're going to graph. You are going to start with the point. So I'm going to find 2, 5 on my graph and put a point there. 2, 5. And I'm going to put a graph. Point. That's the first part of it. Then you're going to move up or down and left or right from that point. So on m I have it's 1/2. So I'm going to go up 1, because it's a positive, and over 2. 1, 2. And I'm going to put my other point. And then I'm going to put a line through it. And there is my graph. Let's try it on B. So I have my point first of all. So remember, you're doing the opposites of what they are. So you start with x. So opposite of 2 would be -2. The opposite of -5 would be 5. And then you have m equals, that's the second step, and m equals -2/3. Now I'm going to graph it. So I'm going to start with the point -2, 5. So -2, 5. And I'm going to put my point there. Now I'm going to, it says -2/3, so I'm going to go down 2, 1, 2, and over 3, 1, 2, 3, and put my point. And there is my 2 points, and now I'm going to graph them. And there you go. Please try C and D, that should be D, by yourself, and I will come back in a couple minutes. Please put it on pause. Okay, here are the answers. For C, you have your points of 6, 3. Now, your points are almost off the graph on this one, so there's 2 ways to graph it from there. You can make your way and go up 1, over 2 to the right to find out the point, but that's taking you off of the graph. So another way to do it is go down 1, which is a -1, and over to the left 2, which makes 2 negatives make a positive. So notice they're both on the same line as the original point. So you can do it that either way to find out your graph. On D, you have -5, 3 as your first point. And then it says my slope is -2/5, so I went down 2 and over 5 positive. So here is the answer to that one. All right, this time we write an equation in point-slope form for the line through the given point that has the given slope. So we have x1, okay, that's not going to work, my x1, y1, and m. And on this one I have x1, y1, and m. So, again, for you who forgot already, it's y minus y1 equals mx minus x1. All right, I'm going to do A with you, and then I'm going to pause it and let you try B on your own. So I'm going to do y never changes. The first y never changes. Y1 does. And it's a minus sign in front, so I'll remember it's always opposite. This is a positive, so it needs to be a negative. So it's y minus 7 equals m equals -3. And then x minus a -1, so now it becomes a positive 1. And there's your answer. That's what we're asking for right now. So I'm going to pause and let you try B by yourself. All right, after you've done the problem, this should be your answer. Y plus 8 equals 2/5, parentheses, x minus 10. This is going to be the end of this video, and then the second video will be on another one. Goodbye.